Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime!
Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. What's good with your fam? Hey, listen, man, first off, let me thank you all for tuning into the channel. And if you're new here, I want you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. If you did not hear Errol Spence Jr. versus Shawn Porter, it is official. It will be out there at the Staples Center in Los Angeles on September 28th. Now, I'm a little bit, confused as to why PBC is holding this fight out there in LA, especially considering the numbers, the poor numbers that Shawn Porter did with Yordenis Ugas in his last fight at the old StubHub Center. They were very poor, considering that we have not seen Errol Spence Jr. lately, or if ever I can remember him having a big fight out there in LA. Neither fighter has a proven fan base in LA, and to held such an event at the Staples Center, who holds somewhere around 20,000. That's a major gamble. That's a major roll of the dice for PBC. But nonetheless, they have decided to do it. I'm happy that the fight is finally official and we finally got a date. And it makes you wonder, man, with the announcement of Golden Boy and Canelo Alvarez, that Canelo will not be fighting on September 14th. You wonder, where would, Spence Porter do better on that date, being that a lot of people are really already have plans, already have made their vacations for that date, because they know that date is usually a big fight week in Vegas, man. I think that would have been the smart idea had they known. Is it too late to change their mind? I don't know. But you read the topic of the video, man. Shawn Porter, Mikey Garcia, they were recently on inside the PBC, the latest edition, man. And Shawn Porter asked Mikey Garcia a very, very key question, a very important question to him. Mikey Garcia is the last person to have fought Errol Spence. He lost that fight. He was dominating that fight, man. But Shawn Porter nevertheless asked him if he had any advice that he could give him on facing Errol the Truth Spence Jr. Mikey Garcia went on to say that Errol Spence Jr. is very, very good on the outside. His jab is superb. That he has very good movement. His ability to move in and out of range is second to none. He advised Shawn Porter to get in the inside. He said it would be best for him to get in and inside. He said, Shawn Porter, is a much more aggressive fighter than he is, a much more physical fighter on the inside than he is. So he advised Shawn Porter to get on the inside. And I've been saying this for a while now, that Shawn Porter has to make the fight with Errol Spence ugly. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but Shawn Porter got to buckle up that chin strap and go back to that football, that three-point stance style that we are used to seeing Shawn Porter fight. Not like the last two versions of Shawn Porter where he decided to box against Yordenis Ugas, although it worked. He decided to box against Danny Garcia, mix it up a little bit. Although it worked, I do not think a style like that will work against a fighter of the caliber of an Errol Spence Jr., man. So, I think Shawn Porter's best bet is to make the fight ugly, is to get on the inside. Not saying that it will work, but I say his best chance is to try to smother some of Errol Spence Jr., smother some of his work, man. If he's able to smother Errol Spence's work and prevent him from getting off, prevent him from throwing those vicious body shots, throwing those vicious shots to the head, Shawn may be able to get in there and do some damage, man. But he has to make this fight as ugly as possible, man. He has to throw some elbows, he has to throw some headbutts. The old Shawn, the old violent, vicious Shawn Porter. That's the Shawn Porter that has to show up against Errol Spence, man, to give himself a chance, because I think he gets demolished on the outside. I think he gets demolished trying to fight the way he fought Garcia or Ugas. You know, that in and out shit I don't think will work at all against a guy like Errol Spence, who proved that, you know, he could be a boxer as much as a brawler, man. Errol Spence showed a lot in that Mikey Garcia fight, man. And what he showed to me is that, you know, he can have patience, man. You know what I'm saying? He can have discipline, man. He could be dialed in through 12 rounds, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have to be a championship fighter, man. You have to have, you know what I mean, that concentration through the whole fight, man. And Errol Spence has shown that he's able to concentrate and be, you know, dialed in on his opponent throughout the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? Shawn Porter, man, you know, we need that Shawn Porter that went in there and bum rushed Paulie Malignaggi and beat the shit out of Andre Berto. You know what I'm saying? Who, you know, dominated Adrian Broner. You know, we need that type of Shawn Porter, man, to make this fight competitive. I'm real excited about this fight, man. I do lean toward Errol Spence. You know, well, not lean to him. I do think Errol Spence will win this fight, man, but you can't count Shawn Porter out. Shawn Porter is an athlete, man. He is a guy who's been talking more confident as of late, man. I like the way he's talking. You know what I'm saying? You know, he looks like he's confident. You know, when as a year ago, when they would mention Errol Spence to Shawn Porter, he would say he's not on his radar and get the stutter, you know, get the stuttering and that type of talk right there. But right now, you know what I'm saying? He's really dialed in, man. He's been in training camp for a while now. I think he's been in training camp for over 8 weeks, man. A couple weeks ago, I did a video where, you know, Kenny Porter was talking about Earl didn't sign the contract and, you know, all that type of talk right there. But in that video, Kenny Porter had already said that Shawn Porter had been in training for 5 weeks already, man. And that was weeks ago, man. So I just hope that he does not overtrain for this fight. You know what I'm saying? I hope he don't overtrain, man. We know he had trouble making the weight against Ordenis Ugas. We know Shawn Porter started off his career as a middleweight. You know, maybe he has outgrown the welterweight division. But nevertheless, these are two big welterweights, man. You know what I'm saying? We know Errol Spence Jr., you know, oftentimes he blows up in weight in between fights without having any effect on him making weight for this camp. You know what I'm saying? There's been rumored that Errol Spence likes to party a little bit. Will that show up in this fight, man? We all know that what you do in the dark will come out in the light. And if you're doing negative things, but eventually, if you keep on doing it, they're gonna poke their head out on fight night, man. So I'm looking forward to see what type of shape both of these men come into this fight, man. They're out there in LA again. You know, I think it's a gamble by the PBC putting this fight out there in LA. But I think if it does good numbers, more power to him, and all the credit will go to Errol Spence Jr. You know, people will look at the Mikey Garcia fight and you know, will say, okay, that's the stamp, man. It wasn't Mikey Garcia and the Mexican fans, as Keith Thurman said, who brought the fans out, who brought those pay-per-views for the Spence Garcia fight. It was Errol Spence did have something to do with that, man. You know, so I'm looking forward to this fight. I don't know if it's on pay-per-view, man. I know before I heard it was on pay-per-view, but I'm not sure if it's still on pay-per-view. PBC has been doing a lot of pay-per-views this year, man. So I don't know, man. I'm going to have to check on that, man. Maybe some of you guys could tell me in the comment section if this fight is pay-per-view or not. But listen, man, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, tap that bell icon so you can be notified when I'm dropping more videos. You can catch me out on Instagram, on Twitter, at Big Faces Worldwide, all one word. But in the meantime and in between time, I want y'all to stay blessed and keep on supporting this sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll holler back.